Hi everyone, it's Lynette with Grammy Crochet, and today is Monday Make Along. So yay! I have been sponsored by Hobie. This is with this beautiful yarn that is called Christmas or Horizon Christmas. Oh, come on, there it goes. Horizon Christmas anti-pilling from Hobie. It is, just real quick, a 3-weight. It's 100% acrylic. And I'm trying to look at the yardage here. 200 grams, 7 ounces, 550 yards, or 550 meters, or 601 yards. They recommend 4mm hook or needles. I am using a 6mm hook on my project. And for those that are new here, thanks for joining me in the dining room today. And thanks for watching this video in regards to my hashtag Ugly Christmas 2022 Make an Ugly Christmas Garment. It started as a sweater, and then it turned out you could make whatever garment. And then it went into, it doesn't have to necessarily be Christmas, because people wanted to make stuff but didn't, have the time to make a specific Christmas sweater with all the other Christmas makes they're making, or they didn't, want to purchase Christmas yarn specifically, not in the budget at this time of year. Okay, I get it. So I said, all right, let's just make something, join in, send me pictures on my Facebook group page, or email them to me. Both are linked. All my stats are linked in the description box below all the time. There is also a list of podcasters that I know that are also participating in this. Judy from Witch Piece Craft, she made, and she's done with, Christmas sweaters for her teapots. How awesome was that? Nancy from She's Got Yarn Too started with dog sweaters for her dogs, Christmas dog sweaters, and now she is making the same sweater that I am making, I think. Yeah, she is. Let's see, who else? Nina's Knots, Laura from Man Mimi's Crochet and Farming, Pamela from Pamela's Adoring Crochet. She is, not only did she make this sweater, but she also was sponsored by Hobie, and she's doing something on Instagram. I do follow her on Instagram, but she's got a giveaway going, and something you can do, participate in my make along and in her thing on Instagram, where there's a sponsored giveaway. Hobie is sponsoring a giveaway for her Instagram followers. I don't know anything about Instagram. My kids set me up with an Instagram about 25 million years ago. I don't even have Instagram on this phone. I don't think. If I do, I've never opened it. So I can't tell you how to get it there or what you do there. But Pamela probably can help you out. So let's see, who else? Jan, the Alaskan Crafter, is participating. I have a list that'll be in there. I hope I'm not forgetting any. Oh, Sam from Memphis Makes, I think, is participating now. She started. Thanks so much, Sam. I hope I'm not forgetting anyone, but I do have a list. So it'll be in the description box. And I am sorry, but I got something in my eye. So anyway, let's get started. What am I making? I am making this. This is a free pattern on Hobie's website. It is called the Horizon Cardigan, and it is designed to be made with this yarn. So I thought, well, that's good. And I wanted something that would be, I think, relatively simple, so that anybody that wanted to participate and make what I'm making, you can make whatever you want, but if you want to make what I'm making, I wanted something that would be simple, something I could figure out how to do. I can read patterns-ish. So if it's hard, I need help. And hard might be not hard for other people. I'm not the best at it. And you know, the older I get, the comprehension level goes down. So there's that. So anyway, this pattern has been so far very easy even for me to follow, except for some of the measurements I didn't quite get at first. Now you do this making 2 hexagons, and Dina from Dina's Homespun Fun, she makes a lot of garments, and in one of her videos she said she always finds it easier if you have panels to make them all at one time, like do so many rows on each one at the same time, and don't progress on one further than the other, because if, like her and myself, my tension isn't always the same every time. And so if I crochet 2 rows on one, I should crochet 2 rows on everything that needs to be the same size that same day at that same city. So I followed her advice, and that's what I did. I started both hexagons, and I do so many rows on one and then go to the other one and do so many rows on that one. And so with this, the first thing you do is go by what do they call it? An arm depth measurement, which I was measuring incorrectly at first. I thought it was something different than what it was, but it's your armhole, and you're measuring like more this way. And my arm depth that I used was 18 inches, which corresponds with the 2X size in the pattern. And then the next measurement you go by is quarter chest. Now I want mine to be bulky, and the quarter chest is, if I'm understanding, it's like from your breastbone to the middle of your, under your armpit, like that depth. And when you lay your pattern out, it should be that way. Now on the 2X size that I'm doing, it says that measurement should be 12 and a half. My measurement that I'm comfortable with was more like 14. I think it's 14. Oh, my project is in total living in this bag, which was a gift from Hobie, and I totally love this bag. It's a nice canvas bag. It's got a pocket on the inside. I think you can purchase this on their website, but it does have a pocket. It fits your hooks, a pen so I can mark my pattern. I put my pattern in there. It's in a manila, folder thingy. And so if I have a pen, if I need to make permanent notes, there's a pencil in there to make not permanent notes. And it's a nice heavy duty canvas bag. Now, this yarn, let's talk about this yarn for a minute. I love the colors. It's a very soft, squishy yarn. It falls out of the ball band. So we'll talk about that. Alrighty, so we were going to talk about this yarn for a minute. I got interrupted, so we'll see how good we did with putting this back together. It is a very soft, squishy, wonderful yarn. But I found that as you pull from the center and you get it, you need to keep the band tight on it or put it in something else, because it's going to fall out and become a huge mess. Nothing against the yarn, it's just know that in advance. So for my project, since I have finished, I know that because I finished 2 cakes, making the hexagons, and at the end I had yarn barf on both cakes. I just had them, in this bag, and I picked out one and all from out the bottom. It was a mess. So I put one in one of these ball bags. This mesh thing, I got this from Madonna, my yarny friend Madonna from Madonna Ballard, in our Christmas swap when we did one, 2 years ago? This Christmas will be 2 years since we did that Madonna. We need to do it again. And then I put the other one in this Japanese knot bag. I think that's what it's called. And I got this from Hobie. Here's the little Hobie logo on it. I got this one from Hobie, and it was hard to get the cake in. The cake is a little bit big for the opening. I had to like squish it and fight with it a little bit to get it inside, but that's what you want. You want it to be in there and not come out. So now these cakes are about half empty, and I'm getting no yarn barf. So I'm extremely excited about that because I did spend time that I didn't want to spend cleaning up yarn barf on 2 cakes. And so not complaining, really, kind of, maybe a little. But it's not the yarn's fault. That it's just nice, soft yarn. So I have finished now both halves of the cardigan. And the next step will be to join them together. But I worked feverishly to get them the right size that I wanted. So when you put the 1/2 together and you fold it in the right manner, you get an armhole and a body piece. And then you take the other half and you do the same thing. You fold it and you get the armhole and the body piece. Now I have them pinned together and I put it on, and it's the right size. So after you get the arm, the size that the arm depth, the right size, then you're just working on getting it wide enough to go around your body. And I wanted mine to be a little bit bigger because I want to be able to wrap up in it a little bit. I like cardigans that I can wrap around me. So let's see how well I've done here. Let's see if I can do this. They are both attached because I'm really not quite sure where I start the next step. So I know that it starts at the back, but I've read the directions twice. And it doesn't seem hard, but I can't remember exactly if I'm cutting yarn, not cutting yarn, so I'm leaving it. But let's see if I can try it on. I have it pinned, and let's see if I can get into it. There we go. There we go. There we go. And there. I do have, my ends are, you know, what they are, with the stitch markers so that everything stays together. And so this is going to give me some extra slack here, but that's fine because when I sew it together, you use like the granny stitch continuous join to sew it together. So when I do that, this like will help feel like some of it. So, you know, give it some of that added width, and I think it'll be fine. And it'll have floppy right there. Now I did see someone put pockets. They just crocheted granny squares and put pockets. I might be stealing that idea, but I think it's gonna fit good. You know, where I can overlap it if I want to, you know, to get all cozy. And this is what it's gonna look like. So I'm very happy about that. So next is sewing it together. So for next week's Monday's make along, oh, come on, stuck on the gas. Okay. So for next week's Monday's make along, the goal is to have it all sewn together. Today is the 14th, so that'll be the 21st. So it gives me 2 more weeks to have it done, before, 2 more Mondays to have it done before December 1st. And that's my goal. So if in the next week I can get all the pieces sewn together, then we can work on, if I want additional length on the arms, we're getting the arms done. There's some decreases that you do, I believe, and then you do the ribbing. So I'll do up the back, whatever that process is, the side, the arms, you know, the arm seams, the back seam, and then if I need extra length and the arm length, and whatever to finish the neck. I haven't read how you finish, like, you know, bordering or anything like that. I haven't read that far into the pattern. Now I know, like when I hold this, oh, I'm inside out. Oh man. I have panel barf. It's not yarn barf, it's panel barf. Okay, here we go. So this would be the front. Now, I know when I sew the arm together, I'm not going to come all the way, to the middle, but I don't know how far. Maybe the arms were, I'll count the rows for you. For me, they were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I think 20. I did 20 rows from the middle up the corner to make my armhole depth. Then I pin the arm together so you have the arm. Then you crochet around the other sides. There. So then I'm adding rows this way on the inside, what's going to be the inside panel, the back panel, and that also adds to the bottom down here. And that I did an additional, and I can count these up. This is where I joined them originally, like the top, when the armhole depth was done, and I created this, the arm. So then I added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 rows that will add it in here and in the middle of the back. 14 rows on each panel. That made it the right size that I wanted. I really didn't even look at the length. It's kind of hard while it's still attached to all this yarn, and it's not, I've got stitch markers holding it together. So when I get the back panel sewed, and I think then the arms get sewed, then I can see how much more length I want to add. But I don't think I need to add, you're going to get a little bit, which I think this space will make up for, the stitch marker space. Because I think you crochet up one side, your granny stitch, then you join the next side and come down and join them as you go. That makes sense to me. And I think kind of the same thing with the sleeves, but I'm not really sure which end you start with. I read it once, like a couple weeks ago. Then I read it again last night, but I was reading it like this. You know what I mean? Then I went to bed. So, and I glanced at it this morning. This is where I'm at, and this is what happens next. Now, I have had several people, some of the podcasters that I mentioned, I will have their channels linked in the description box, and you can check out their channels. Join if you have, become subscribers if you're not. Get to know them. They're all lovely women. And several subscribers that have been sending in pictures. So from last Monday till this Monday, I will include photographs right here at the end of all of their makes and their progress, their finished projects. A lot of them are finished. If I showed their finished project last week, it won't be in this week. This is just last 7 days worth of progress, or what's now finished on some people, to get you caught up. At the end, I will do, I'll search the hashtag, and that's what I'm doing. I'm going on Facebook and searching the hashtag and then my email. So if you don't have that hashtag in and you want to be included in the giveaway and you want your project shown, make sure you go back to your original or put a new post in on Facebook in my group. Become a member of my group. It's just ask and you shall receive. And put the hashtag ugly Christmas 2022. And you will be entered into a $50 giveaway. You have till the end of December. I'll be drawing that at like the beginning of January. So you have till December 31st to get your garment in. And as I said at the beginning, it doesn't necessarily have to be Christmas. Just join in the fun. If you're doing like hat, scarf, glove set, we need all the pieces. People are spending a lot of time to make a cardigan or other wearables. So it has to be wearable, even if it's a tea cozy wearable. But no, I really want something that's wearable for this, and include the hashtag, because that's how I'm going to search for it at the end. I'm going to put in the hashtag, and if you've made something, then your name will go in the drawing. So it's hashtag Ugly Christmas 2022. Post a new picture or add that hashtag to an existing post in order to get into the drawing. You have to be subscribed. You have to put the hashtag and you have to create something. So that's all the requirements. And it will be a $50 gift card at the end of the year. So that's that. Be sure to look at the pictures. I'm going to try to put them in with some music. Cross your fingers. I'm just trying to figure out this music thing. I can get music in one spot on my videos. I can't seem to get it in two. And sometimes when I put it in, I'm having issues. So we're just going to see what we get out of that. But thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, all of that. I won't be back at the end of the video. So thank you again. And I'll see you tomorrow for a new video. Bye.